Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the first concert in our fall series that we call Alternating Currents at Woodland Pattern. And we're recording this concert and we'll be broadcasting over Alternating Currents next Sunday night on WMSE 91.7. We're in Milwaukee at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock every Sunday night. And as with our spring series, we're recording these concerts and then broadcasting them so everyone gets a chance to hear what they might have missed while they were watching everything rather than the week previous. It's my pleasure to present to you tonight Lynn Book. Lynn Book and I have crisscrossed paths over the last 5 or 6 years in Chicago, largely by way of the Experimental Sound Studio in Chicago, which generates and supports so much experimental sound and music in the Midwest. And it's my great pleasure to present Lynn doing pieces of her own, in particular Gorgeous Fever, which we'll hear the opening this evening. And in the words of Hugo Ball, who was a Dada theorist and performance artist himself, and who embarked on his own language project in Zurich in 1916, spit out words, the dreary, lame, empty language of men in society, stimulate gray, modesty, or madness, but inwardly in a state of tension, reach an incomprehensible, unconquerable sphere. Lynn Book.
Check. Can you hear me? Yeah? Check. Okay. Is this good enough? Yeah? Good? Check. 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 Sorry. Check. 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 One, 2. One. Check. 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 Checkup time. Checkup time. Time to get a checkup. Open wide. Time to see what condition your condition is in. You've just tuned in at the most opportune time. And the airwaves are really dancing right about now. Yep. And the air is electric. It dances. Has an appetite. Oh, open wide. Open wide. Let's see what's in there. Let us in there. Let's see if we can check and tune that body of yours. The air is just right. Positively electrophilic. Oh, come on. Open up. Settle back so we can enter your mind. We're all charged up, ready to swallow you whole. It's called electrotherapy. dances, has an appetite. It occurs to me that I'm constantly swallowing. I have an appetite for air, insatiable. For you see, the moment it enters my body, it becomes breath, no longer air. And when the air turns to breath on the other side of my skin, I sometimes follow right to the center of my being, where I am no longer I, the electric eye of the storm that surrounds me. I go inside. I go inside where I might find warmth. Perhaps a clear, cold spring. I might try to lie down, take a nap. But no, my breath keeps me following. No direct route, no, stray. Never a dull moment. It's like a kind of mapping, a way of seeing the world, tangled thread fall into the ground. It's like a kind of mapping, a tangled thread map suspended in midair. And on this map there are sounds, textures, choreographies. Bells clanging! No, ringing against masts of ships, boats rocking ceaselessly in the rippled water, blue-green. Geese flying overhead in the darkening sky. Horses galloping across vast plains where legions have fallen to flames. Surges of electricity, flashes of heat, and when it happens! I'm out for just a moment. But then I quickly recover. But you see, I have developed a system for coming back to life. If indeed I am dying. Now, this system has to do with listening. Very carefully. And it is in this way that I am restored. Now, this system has to do with listening. It is in this sudden death, listening, restored. I am, if indeed I am dying. Now, sometimes I'm called back, lulled back through waves and waves and waves and waves and waves. An ocean of sonic vibration. Sometimes the other side. Lose everything. Fall and keep falling, and there on the other side, sometimes in a library or perhaps a quiet woodland location, I find an entire concert burning in my breast. And then it happens. Surges of electricity, flashes of heat! I'm out for just a moment, and then I quickly recover, for you see, I have developed a system for coming back to life. Coming back from this sudden death, drifting. I find myself once again.
This appears to be, unquestionably, the demonstration of the journey of a woman through the rites of illness.
Yes, what could be more distressing than to be sorely afflicted by an absence without a name?
We all like, however perversely, to be delighted by disturbance.
Well, if the dare is enacted deeply or dramatically enough, death will ensue. Look, she bleeds readily, is often but not always in exquisite pain, usually the result of an unquenchable thirst.
Do you mean to say that she's capable of changing the course of history alone will often decide the nature of the fever? Her appearance is quite typical as a rule, at least in this stage.
She does seem to be of nervous inheritance, more likely to nightmare than others, and the tendency is certainly increased by such excitement as the reading of thrilling novels or participating in unusual events.
Yes, we have to make her understand the folly of such behavior. I strongly recommend plenty of bed rest.
Yes.
She must remain quiet and calm. Not a lot of rapid agitation. Plenty of fluid and rest. Oh yes, lots of rest.
Yes.
feet scaffold, knees got skinned, and the pain of the heart was a drop of blood hitting the dirt. But I don't fall and scrape my knees anymore. Bump up against door jams in the middle of the night, searching like a mole to find some place where my body fits, relatively unharmed. I'm searching. Sorry. Just searching. Persistent signals inside of me don't necessarily navigate that well in the outside world. Wake up! The voice whispered, but it was too late. I had already grown accustomed. I was battered and worn. I had already grown accustomed to the abuse. So you must believe me when I tell you that sometimes I ache. Sometimes I ache to be locked inside the armoire for such a long time. For such a frighteningly long time that I have to piss. And then I piss all over myself. Piss all over the pretty silk things folded underneath my feet. It runs down my legs and onto my feet. And so I'm standing up, locked up, pissing with the freedom of a man. Suffering changes a person. But what I want to know is that the only thing that changes a person? Doctor, there are many men watching me right now. Boys and girls, too. Turning to the sexual audience, her right leg dangling on the edge of the stage. The doctor says, "You're totally mad!" Whatever your name is. Do you know what I'm doing right now? You can't see my right hand, can you? That's because it's hidden. Hidden where it's the warmest. No, the second warmest. In just a mass of oozing, squishing flesh. Stroking, stroking. Oh, you can't know what I'm feeling, can you? I'm flesh. Oh, tremors here. No, tremors here. Oh, little bitty tremors like the dashes typewriters can make. Oh, straight line shivers. Oh, 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 oh. I can be here, and you can't. Doctor, there are still many people watching me right now. She turns to someone in the audience, watches. You're watching me, aren't you? Sexuality is sort of an artwork. Don't you agree, Doctor? In my limited experience, it seemed as if the words, her speech, were virtually torn out of the circuit of the body. In a word, she became an alien unto herself with a stranger's tongue. Disjecta membra, the body torn apart. It was in the rainforest, south of the Parana River. She was tormented. The patient believed that she was penetrated by way of her mouth. She eventually developed eater's blood. She received souls or parts of souls in her mouth via food. Vocal cannibalism. Vocal cannibalism. Vocal cannibalism. She was tormented somewhere in the depths of her stomach. These voices resided somewhere in her body, speaking bird souls. Yes, doctor, I believe you are the amateur ornithologist on this wing. She was tormented, and yet she felt as if she heard her own voice coming to her from somewhere, and that gave her a certain comfort. Was there nothing you could do? My hands were tied. I might have been invisible. My presence was such a discomfort to the indigenous peoples of the region. There were boundaries, doubts, and a great deal of uncertainty from all sides. Chimera was in our midst. We had only to watch for signs. The visible body produces the voice of the body invisible. Can you repeat that? The visible body produces the voice of the body of the invisible. Yes, I couldn't agree more. The mouth is definitely at the center of the struggle here. And this body is most uncertainly in the act of becoming. See the magician, the fire manipulating, the man who groans, the woman who shrinks, then explodes. See fireproof women and other anomalies of nature. This is death. This is showbiz. See it all and live to tell. The magician, the prestidigitator, the alligator wrestler, meadows full of flowers, picking the flowers one day, so innocent, so dear. When suddenly I turned. When suddenly, across the vast plains, surges of electricity, flashes of heat, and then it happened. You ask what happened? Well, let me tell you. Thunder rolled! Yes, thunder rolled! Lightning struck! Lightning struck, hitting the little boy, hitting the little girl. Struck them down. 1, 2. 1, 2. The little boy, poor thing, died. But she, Tina Velma Marie, she lived to tell the tale. She was elected to be the electrical lady. Yes. 20,000 volts of electricity went through the little girl's body. The doctors were amazed, shocked. How could this happen? They said she was elected to be the electric lady. Help! I'm struck. Semi-death. I need lots of attention, Doctor. He was kind and hurt her as gently as he could. Bloodless surgery. Bells rang. Tambourines played. Tambourines played on and on and on and on. Check. Okay, all right, time for a little break here, and this is the time that you you've all been waiting for, I'm sure. It's call-in time. Okay, so accepting phone calls, and you know the number, 288-7000. So pick up those phones and just call right in. I'm ready and waiting. I'm all yours. Okay. Questions? Questions from the audience here? Yes, we have a live audience, you listeners out there. We do have a live audience here tonight, so we are accepting questions from the audience. So we're just ready to roll here. Shoot, huh? Okay, what will it be? Should I give a topic, and you can talk amongst yourselves? No. Let's see, how about fever? Anyone had a fever lately? Well, maybe I can make this easier. Okay, we'll just turn the microphone right here to this lady in blue, and she will ask a question for you. I know you're just dying to hear it. Here we go. Ready? Yes.
Are you as you seem?
Aha. Okay, in case you didn't get that, the question was, are you as you seem? Now, would it be S-E-E-M or S-E-A-M?
Or S-E-A-M-Y?
Or would it be S-E-E space M-E?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I-C-E-U.
Yes, folks. Are you looking? Are you listening? Okay. Now, you understand that this is exactly where we all need to be, right? Just questioning. Break it down. You know, just like let it go and, you know, ask a few questions here. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you very much. You see me. Yes, I am seeing. Yes. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Oh, well, thanks a lot. And we just have a short break here. We'll have some a special guest with us tonight, all the way from France. And playing an instrument I bet you thought no longer existed. And it, in fact, is called the Hammond organ. And here it is. So Tony will be with us in just a moment to titillate our fantasies a bit. World. There is another. What is this order? We do not know. The number and order of possible suppositions in this domain is precisely infinity. And what is infinity? We do not exactly know. It is a word we employ to indicate the opening of our consciousness towards an inordinate and indefatigable and inordinate possibility. And what exactly is consciousness? We do not exactly know. It is nothingness. A nothingness we employ to indicate when we do not know something. From what side we do not know it, and so we say consciousness. From the side of consciousness. But there are 100,000 other sides. So what? So it seems that consciousness is in us linked to sexual desire and hunger. But it could very well not be linked to them. It is, maybe you could sing this part. I mean, it's getting just a little bit dry, you know, when you're speaking it with the music, so just try setting it to a catchy melody. I think really that's more appealing, tasteful, you might say. Okay. It is said, it can be said, there are those who say that. Is this what you mean? Like this? Consciousness is an appetite, the appetite for life. Yeah, okay. And immediately beside the appetite for life, the appetite for food comes immediately to mind. As though there were my body lies imperfectly still. Subtle twitchings take my skin every now and again. A wandering current charges certain of my limbs up from time to time, as if jolting me from some dead or aimless state. My body lies still. I believe what she shows me in the limbos and martyrs. This is where truth lies. Edgy, scratchy truths that make you want to turn inside out. And eventually, the surfaces crack and separate like paint peeling off the old pastures. There's a trembling so deep within me that it feels as if something has separated from me, shaken itself away from the exterior walls. But it won't fall quietly. Pieces slake and drop with a loud crash. Strings that seemed to hold parts together suddenly unravel with a mysterious sound. A conundrum of sighs and words. What a terrible joy it can be to lie in waiting, ravaged by forces unseen. fever, which is actually several things. It's first and foremost an interdisciplinary performance piece, which involves 16mm film, extreme set design, lighting design, major sound design, text and movement, costumes, and so forth. So what I've done in the past year is break it down and perform it as a radio drama, which is this loosely based on that, and then most recently recorded it as a project residency at the Experimental Sound Studio as an hour-long radio piece, which will begin to be broadcast by the end of the month. So that's something a little bit.
Thank you, Lynn. We'll take a brief intermission, 5 to 10 minutes, and then we will be back with Lynn's performance of Schwitters' Ursonate. So stretch it a little bit and good luck.
Det är en är i en puff till då till. Det är en är i en puff till då till. Juga. Fums på vad tänkt sig upp och giftkvie. Det är en är i en puff till då till. Juga. Rönnsket bebe inskurmu. See you and see rönnskurmu. Rocket bebe. Zikt bebe. Rönnsket bebe. Rakt bebe. Zikt bebe inse. Rönnsket bebe inse. Rakt bebe inse. Zikt bebe inske. Rönnsket bebe inske. Rakt bebe inske. Zikt bebe inskurmu. Rönnsket bebe inskurmu. Rakt bebe inskurmu. Zikt bebe inskurmu. Rönnsket bebe inskurmu. Rakt bebe inskurmu. Zikt bebe inskurmu. See you enter. Rönnsket bebe inskurmu. See you enter. Rakt bebe inskurmu. See you enter. Zikt bebe inskurmu. See you enter. See you inskurmu. Rönnsket bebe inskurmu. See you inskurmu. Rakt bebe inskurmu. See you inskurmu. Rakt bebe. Rops till tå. See you enter. See you inskurmu. See you enter. See you inskurmu. Rakt bebe. Rakt bebe. Fums på vad säger sig på gift kvie. Det är som en är i en puff till ta till sjuka. Rensket bebe inskurmu. Till renskurmu. Rakt bebe. Till ta. Ruft. Ruft. ZTVB, Långtörgul. Pe, uka, långtörgul. Pi, zuka, långtörgul. Rumf, långtörgul. Sejulen trill, lomf, trill. Långtörgul. Pi, sejulen trill, lomf, trill. Långtörgul. Pe, uka, långtörgul. Pi, zuka, långtörgul. Rumf, långtörgul. till in trill from till to ecka, 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 ram, ecka, 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 ram, ecka, 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 ram, ram, ecka, ram, ram.
That Ursonate, they found tears Hero NM LK IH G
There's a cool P-O N M L K E H G F A T C P. Slowly. V O D S R U P O N M L K E H G F A T C P Z. Ursonate. V O D S R P O N M L K E H G F A T C P.
Thank you. Thank you, Lynn Book. Thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight. I hope you enjoyed it and come back next Saturday night. And all the other events we have lined up for this fall and winter. Thanks very much. Good night.